We're going goat schmirgling. Okay, I am so excited. Okay, so we're going to this farm called Haute Goat. So we're going to invite you guys with us to goat schmirgle today. Beautiful farm. It's got 200 acres. There's all kinds of walking trails, and the best part is you get to do something called goat schmirgling. And what schmirgling is that we fed them cedar. They're obsessed with cedar. And we got a chance to hold them and cuddle with them and play with them, and they get tired and they want to snuggle beside us. It was really, really special. So we ended the day with this beautiful meal, and I'm mostly plant-based, so I had this wonderful beet quinoa salad with goat feta and all kinds of vegetables. It was so delicious. We are going back there again. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's so amazing. If you're interested in visiting Haute Goat for the schmirgle, and you should, you can also take an alpaca for a walk. That's amazing. Check out the information. It's listed right below. I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful experience. And now my new friend Kate is going to sit with me while I pull our card, the overarching theme for this week. So we're going to let the universe work through Kate, and she's going to choose the card and I'm going to explain it.
Yeah, we're doing great.
And this will be something for you too. Higher power. Interesting that you said higher power. So this is all about this. So this is our anchor card for the week for everybody. And this is the card so interesting that Kate and I just talked earlier. She had just started following the channel, and then she came schmirgling, and then we met each other. So this is really about remembering that there's a higher purpose to everything, and that it's our relationship to our higher power and the connection that we have to the universe that comes through us through our intuitive hit. Our primary relationship is with us and the universe, the conscious universe that works through us and affects everything that we do. So when we're super conscious and aware that we have this co-creative relationship with our higher power, then everything starts to fall into place, including these weird synchronistic meetings. She was late for schmirgling last week and ended up coming today. And now we're going to go back to my place for the rest of the reading. So we're back now after our successful goat schmirgle. It was so fun taking the goats for a walk and then being in that little playground with them. I just loved it so much. So let's get back to our reading. So higher power is our overarching card for everybody. So I decided to choose a crystal spirits card too. So what would a crystal spirit say to us, all of us? Remember, this is for everybody, to accompany higher power. And it's my favorite stone, which is selenite. I have it all over my house, and you've seen my giant one. So I'm going to read this from the guidebook. Selenite is liquid light, fluidity, flexibility, illumination and clarity, and raising your vibration, right? And of course, higher power, we raise the vibe. So it says, when selenite spirit appears, its message to you is to keep moving past your challenges, your sights always raising your vibration. Don't stay low. When they go low, we go high. It's asking us to be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid, and flexible. For even the earth and her rocks, stones, and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time. Selenite spirit's message is that whatever the pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be, so you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Oh, that's so important these days, so important. And like liquid light flowing around an obstacle, think about that, like this beautiful illuminating light flowing around an obstacle. You have the capacity to move more freely than you might realize. Know that a new perspective can help you experience that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there's more wisdom in the universal consciousness than in your own individual mind, and it's always available to you. The way out of old patterns is to enter the unknown without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear and know that the conscious universe is here to provide you with clarity and guide you through unexpected twists and turns. How fabulous is that? When you think about the selenite crystal and how it matches so beautifully with the higher power card, that this is saying that when we keep our relationship to spirit, our relationship to the conscious universe as our primary relationship, as I mentioned over at the Schmergel place, we're always then open to receive information that doesn't come from our mind or our memory or our limitations of our 5 sensory experience of what we're capable of tuning into in the environment or what we already know. So this reminds us that, we have so much vast information we can draw upon if we always keep that higher power forward, know that there is a higher vibe in all things, and it reminds us then we don't stay low at all. We, no matter what goes on, we say, like, what's the gift in this? That's one of the most beautiful questions we could ask this week is, what is the gift in this? Now, for those of you who are new, you're going to pick a number between 1 and 6. That's going to be an important card for you, so you'll pay more attention to that card. You see these cards, I haven't turned them over yet. This would be card number 1, card number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick a number between 1 and 6. Just pick it and write it down so you know that's the number that you picked. And I'm going to turn the cards over, and then we're going to tell a whole story of all 6 cards. But that one card, also with the higher power and selenite, is going to be your special card for the week. It'll just give you a little bit more depth of understanding of how this relates to you personally. Okay, so let's get going. Card number 1 is Chop Wood. Card number 2 is Treasure Island. Card number 3 is Co-Create. Card number 4 is New Life. And if you pick card number 5, it's Chaos and Conflict, one of my favorite cards. And then the last card is Blessed. So let's go from 1 to 6. So the first card is Chop Wood. Now that's our anchor card. And that tells us that there's work to be done. This is kind of chop wood, carry water. The big picture things are not really in front of us this week. It's do what we need to do to get things done. So that's Chop Wood. The second card tells us more about the first card. So Treasure Island is like, what are we working towards? And this is the kind of compassionate prosperity that I talk about a lot, where we are looking at how does what we offer the world benefit others, right? So it's not just about us. How do we help others? What do we do that, like I think, for example, I do this, but then, I have 8 people on my team. I have to pay them their salaries. They're happy. They can do this, and the next person can do that. Or you know that you can go to the store and you can buy something, and then they're there, and it's not just about money. So you know that you have a great value, and you know that you could make somebody happy, or that you could reduce their suffering, which is like number 1 priority is anything that you do that can help reduce the suffering of the world is really important. So think of it in those terms when you have Treasure Island. It also says whatever that you need or that you're looking for or that you want to manifest actually is with you already now. Co-create brings us back to higher power, right? So higher power is your partner in manifesting. So co-create is the relationship that you have, the creative relationship that you have with your higher power that enables you to rise above the ego's storylines that says you're not good enough, or somebody's no good, or this is happening, or you get angry, or whatever the lower base feelings are that come up a lot that prevent you from actually being comfortable in your skin. Not to say that some of those things aren't valid, right? So it's just important that you go, okay, how am I creating from this place? Do I want to create out of a sense of groundedness and knowing who I am, or do I want to create out of a place of conflict? Because we're going to talk about that in a second too. So New Life tells us that with this co-creative process, we're going to do something different. And so this is saying, if you like to hang on to resentments, for example, because some people do, this says, no, what if you could just leave it alone for a little bit? What if that you could just say, okay, I'm going to put a pin in that and come back to that later, and I'm going to make a choice from a different perspective. Maybe I don't have enough information over here, so I'm going to do something different. So if you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. And this talks about having done something different. Now, that shakes things up, because whenever we do something different, we're going to cause a little chaos. There's change. Now, chaos and conflict, typically we think of conflict as something that's negative because it's two opposing forces. But sometimes the opposing force is just the fact that you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're not used to it. And therefore you feel a bit conflicted because you don't know the terrain. And I think that's what this is called for this week, because Blessed is the last card. Card number 6 is Blessed. So we know that if we do this, do the work, trust in our capacity to make a difference in the world, leave the world a better place the best we can, no matter what it is that we do, then we remember that we have this partnership with Spirit. We're raising our vibration. We're co-creating, not creating. We're in partnership with the divine to manifest our world. We know that we have to do things different. That's what new life's about. And, you know, the fairy comes out of an egg and doesn't know, oh, I'm a fairy. I'm out of an egg. Like, what does this mean? So that's where the picture shows. And it's like unknown. It's unknown. That's a bit chaotic when you don't know. And you have to say you don't know. So it's really a teachability week, too. And the last card is blessed. So these are the 6 cards that tell us where all of us are going to experience this at some level. Husband break, puppies and husband break. Okay, so subscribe to my channel. If you like these videos, subscribe. When you press on the little bell below, you are going to get a notification when our new videos are up. And I bet you want to see them. I know you do. So subscribe.
Schmergalicious.
Schmergalicious. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 1 card per zodiac sign. And so some of you are loving it just with your sun sign, which is great. And those of you, I mention this every week, a little more sophisticated people, you might decide, you know what, I'm going to use this reading for my progressed moon. Or you're going to decide, I'm going to use this reading for both my sun, my rising sign, and my moon. So far, every one of those have been accurate. We've tested it. And, you know, we have a class with Deborah Silverman, the astrologer, stars and cards. So we know this works because we have taught it and we do it, so we know it. So I'm going to do this right off the cuff. I'm going to just start with Aries. This is my husband. Is an Aries. Here we go. New life for you, Mark. You don't know you're a fairy coming out of an egg. Anyway, so Aries is new life. So it's great time for new beginnings this week. Next card is Taurus. It's soulmates. Big, big focus this week on friendships and love relationships. Gemini is here and now. Stay in the now. Don't go too fast forward or don't look too much to the past. Stay in the 24 hours and you'll be fine. Then we have Cancer is loyal heart in the protection position. So this is really about being discerning who you let into your life and who you get close to you. So loyal heart and protection also reminds you don't compromise yourself. So that's the other one. Or if you are making decisions because you're afraid and you want to and you end up compromising yourself, that's not a good thing this week. So it's something to really pay attention to. Then we have Leo, which is mending. And so the mending card, about forgiveness. We know that that's what mending is, or, you know, fixing things that you need to fix. So Virgo is go the distance in protection. So this is a marathon, not a sprint. So just know that there's all the time in the world really to complete what you want to do. Libra, we have milk and honey. So this is a great week for you to really be playful and to know that, you know, everything that you desire is possible for you if you intend it to be so. Okay, all that glitters is for Scorpio, and that's to go deep, not difficult for Scorpios. You are deep. So it is to remember that it's the fancy, the flashy is not where the answer is. It's underneath what sparkles. I played it this way. So we're looking at Sagittarius, happy, happy. Again, pretty good week for you, Sagittarius. Reminding yourself to tell yourself what makes you happy and do that, what lights you up. That's a good question to ask. Capricorn is round and round. So you have an opportunity to redo things this week. Might be a pattern that repeats for you, but it's good that it does because you're getting a chance to redo it in a different way. Now we have Aquarius finally has serendipity. So lots of opportunity for synchronistic events to come up for the Aquarius. And Pisces, last but not least, is not for you. So, and I think this has come up before for Pisces. So again, it's about discernment, knowing that what you have to say no to. You can't say yes to everything. And so this really tells you also if there's rejection is God's protection. That's another message here for that card. So again, I'm going to go Aries is new life. Taurus is soulmates. Gemini here and now. Cancer is loyal heart and protection. Leo is mending. Virgo is go the distance in protection. Libra is milk and honey. Scorpio is all that glitters. And Sagittarius is happy, happy. Capricorn is round and round. Aquarius is serendipity. And Pisces is not for you. Again, for those of you who are a little more sophisticated with your astrology knowledge, you want to put, if you're going to read more than one sign for yourself, you first read your sun sign, you second read your ascendant, and third you read your moon. If you're just doing your progress chart, all you want to look for is your progressed moon, and that's the card that you would read. All right, isn't this awesome? Thank you, Mark, for doing this. We had such a day today. It was so much fun. I loved every minute of it. If you liked this video and you thought it was entertaining and you liked the reading, well, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment because we love reading those comments. And we'll see you next week.
Colette, what are you doing?
I'm an alpaca. I want goats.
You want goats?
We can't have goats, I know. We can come here.